Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Make It Yourself. As you can see, today's tutorial is on this cute Batman hat. This is a special request from my son for his Halloween costume. I decided to make it early so that I could share the tutorial and you guys could make it as well. This hat is of toddler size 2 to 4 years old. Please refer to the description for larger or smaller sizes than this. Let's start with the things that we will need in today's project. So I am using an acrylic yarn from the brand Big Twist. I will also need a crochet hook of size 4.5 mm, a pair of scissors, and a large-eyed needle. I'll also use a measuring tape. Let's make the hat first. So to make the hat, we'll start off with a magic ring, and then we are going to make a chain of 3. Every time we make a chain of 3, we are going to consider it as our first double crochet. Next, we are going to make 11 double crochets into the ring. So overall, we should have 12 double crochets, which includes the chain of 3 as well. At the end of the round, we'll pull the tail to close the ring, and then we will slip stitch to the first stitch, and we're going to slip stitch it to the third chain of our very first stitch. So we chain 3 again. So this is our first double crochet, and we are going to make another double crochet in the same stitch as the chain 3. Then we are going to make 2 double crochets in the next stitch also. So for this entire round, we are going to make 2 double crochets in each of the stitches. So overall we should have a total of 24 double crochets for this round. At the end of the round, join to the first stitch using a slip stitch, and then make a chain of 3. Next, we are going to make 2 double crochets in the next stitch, then make 1 double crochet in the next stitch, followed by 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So the pattern for this round will be 1 double crochet in one stitch, followed by 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So we are going to repeat the same pattern for the entire round, and so at the end of the round we should have a total of 36 double crochets, and this includes the chain of 3 also. Slip stitch at the end of the round to the first stitch, and then make a chain of 3. So this is our first double crochet. Then make another 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then make 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So the pattern for this round will be 1 double crochet in one stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochet in the third stitch. So we will repeat this same pattern, and at the end of the round we should be left with 48 double crochets. Slip stitch at the end of the round as usual, and then make a chain of 3. So this is round number 5. Here we are going to make 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then again in the next stitch, and then in the fourth stitch we are going to make 2 double crochets. So the pattern for this round will be 1 double crochet in each of the first 3 stitches, and 2 double crochet on the fourth stitch, and we're going to continue this for the entire round, which should leave us with 60 double crochets at the end of the round. So this is the last round where we are going to make increases. After this we are going to just make 60 double crochets for the next few rounds. Now if you want to have a larger hat, what you can do is do another round of increase. So all you have to do is make 1 double crochets in first 4 stitches, and on the 5th stitch you can make the 2 double crochet, that is the increase. So here we are going to slip stitch again and then make a chain of 3. And for this round we are just going to make 1 double crochet in each of the stitches. So we are not increasing any longer, we are just going to get the height of the hat. So repeat it for the entire round, and at the end of the round slip stitch it to the first stitch. So after that, from round number 7 to 13 we are just going to make 1 double crochet in each of the stitches. So it's same as round number 6. So we're just increasing the height of the hat here. So I have just made 1 double crochet in each of the stitches for those rows, and the height I have is around 6 inches here. So you can make your kid wear the hat, and the height should be just above the eyebrows, because after that we are going to make the eyes. Here I'm just stitching in the tail yarn at the center of the hat so that frogging does not happen from the center. You can stitch it in any way, and once you're sure that you have stitched it in quite a bit, you can then trim it off. Now turn the hat inside out so that the stitch is on the inner side, and then we are going to measure the center part of the hat. So this is the stitch where we had joined the row, so the other side exactly where the stitch appears, so the one above the stitch is the center where we will start our nose. So this, from the nose area, measure around 3 inches on one side and then place a marker. Now after placing the marker, we will count how many stitches are there from the center or the nose area to the end of the eye. So in this case we have here 10 stitches. So count 10 stitches on the other side as well and mark, so that this will mark the other end of the eye. Now we can start working on this row, and as usual we will make a chain of 3 counting as our first double crochet, and we're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the stitches till we reach our first marker, that is the starting of our first eye. Once we are at our first marker, you can see we have 10 stitches between the starting of the eye and the nose. So we are going to make a chain of 10, and we'll remove this marker, and then we are going to make a double crochet followed by a treble crochet on the 10th stitch. So just before the marker on that stitch, make first a double crochet, and into the same stitch make a treble crochet. So for treble crochet we yarn over twice and then we pull through 2 times as shown here. So we have made 2 stitches in this. Into the next stitch again we are going to start first by a treble crochet and then make a double crochet. So this will make the nose a bit pointed. So now we are going to do a chain of 10 for the other side also, and then join it to the end where we have the marker. So we are going to join it at the 10th stitch here and make a double crochet. And for the remaining part of this round, so here as you can see the eyes are ready. So for the remaining part of the round we are just going to make 1 double crochet and at the end join it and then chain 3. So for the next round again we are just going to make 1 double crochet in each of the stitches. So we will make our 1 double crochet till we reach the eye, and once we have reached the eye portion we are going to make 10 double crochets over the chain of 10 that we had previously made. After the 10 double crochets we will join to the nose by making a double crochet on the first stitch. Then on the next stitch we are going to make 2 treble crochet. So as of now for the nose we have 4 stitches. In the first one we made 1 double crochet, in the second one we are making 2 treble crochet, and in the third one we will make another 2 treble crochet, and on the fourth stitch we will make 1 double crochet, and we will do what we did for this first time. So we are going to make 10 double crochets over the chain. So here we are done with 10 double crochets over the chain, and then we are going to make 1 double crochets in each of the remaining stitches till we reach our first stitch, and then we are going to join with a slip stitch. And this is the last round, and here we are going to make 1 single crochet in each of the stitches till we reach the center of the nose. As you can see we have 6 stitches here. We have already made a single crochet in the first one, so make 1 in the second and then on the third, and then we are going to make a chain of 2, and then we are going to make a single crochet in the next one and the next 2 as well. So this chain of 2 is going to create a pointed tip for the nose. So for the rest of the stitches we are just going to make 1 single crochet in each of the stitches till we reach our first stitch, and then we will do a slip stitch. So the hat here is almost ready. We are just going to cut the yarn here, and we can either stitch in or crochet in this tail yarn. So as you can see, the eyes along with the pointed nose for the Batman hat is ready here. Let's make the ears now. So for the ears we are going to start off with a slip knot, and then we are going to make a chain of 15. So chain 15. We'll skip one stitch, and on the second stitch we're going to make a single crochet. So we're going to make single crochets on each of the chains till we reach the end. So we should have a total of 14 single crochets for this row. At the end of the row, turn your work. Generally we do a chain 1, so here we are not doing that, and we're skipping the first stitch, and on the second stitch we are making a single crochet. So we'll continue this for the remaining rows. So for the remaining rows we'll make one single crochet in each of the stitches. So since we did not chain 1 and skip the first stitch, this is going to keep decreasing our count for each rows so that we can get a triangle shape. So for the next round also, turn your work, skip the first stitch, and on the second stitch make a single crochet and continue to make single crochets on the remaining stitches. So we should have a total of 12 for this row. So for the next row we will have 11 single crochets, then 10 single crochets, and gradually it will decrease and we will get this triangle shape here. We will have to make 2 triangles for one ear. So here we have 2 triangles, and just for the triangle to hold the shape as ears, we are going to insert a bit of a cardboard inside it. So here I am just using a notebook cover and cutting out a triangle and make it a bit smaller so that it fits inside the triangle that we are making. So use a smaller hook if required, or if your current hook fits then it's fine. I'm just using a smaller hook to stitch this one side. So to stitch this side I'll be using single crochets. Put your needle through both the sides and then make a single crochet. So for this first side we are going to make single crochets throughout the entire length of the side. So our first side is done, and when we reach the corner part, for the corner stitch we are going to make one single crochet, and then we are going to make a chain of 2 and one single crochet again, and then continue stitching the other side. So when we do this chain of 2, you can see we have a pointed tip of the triangle. So for the corners you can make a single crochet, chain of 2 and a single crochet for all the corners. So we are stitching the second side here. Once we have stitched the second side, we are going to insert the hard paper inside it, and you can adjust this side. You have to make sure that it fits inside it and you have some space over it so that you can stitch. So we are going to close this triangle by making single crochets over the third side as well. At the end, make sure to leave a long tail because we will be using this tail to stitch in the ear to the hat. So make another ear similar to this. Let's join the ears now. So the ears will be on both sides of the eyes, so we'll fold it this way so that we know where we are going to stitch the ears. So on the fourth row we can stitch our ear. Do not stitch it much lower because then the shape of the ears will not be shown, so it should be a little bit higher on the top. Generally it will be the point from where we have started increasing the height of the hat. So you can stitch it in any way, there is no right or wrong way in doing this. And also you can place the ears at an angle rather than stitching it straight. We have to add a ear to the other side as well, and to be precise, what we can do is we can count the stitches from the center, and on the exact same count on the other side we can start stitching the other ear as well. As you can see, since we stitched the ear on the top crown part of the hat, it is shown very prominently over the head, and the hat is ready here. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I hope you enjoy making this hat for your kids for this Halloween. I would love to see how this hat turned out, so do leave me a picture in the comment section, and also like this video if you found this useful. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and if you do so, please don't forget to click on the bell icon for notifications, and I'll be very happy if you give me a like. Thank you and have a great day, guys.